Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to today's video. In today's video we're actually going to be working on the Colorado again. In the last video we got a lot of the fabrication done on the frame, the rear anti-roll bar, the engine travel limiters done. We also mocked up the 4080 that I ended up picking up. So this is going to be basically how the 4080 sits in comparison to the Turbo 400 over there. Now as you can see, this is the 400 and then that's the 4080. You can't really see, but there's quite a large difference in lengthwise of where it's going to mount. Now I'm pretty sure I'm leaning towards going 4080 just to have the additional overdrive and lockup. I can run a triple disc converter and be able to race wide open throttle and lockup, which I may be able to do that for whatever reason I want to do it, right? Because I do plan on street driving the truck, and I don't want to be sitting at high RPMs at all times, going down the freeway, etc. I want to be able to drive it to the track. I want to be able to drive it back from the track. I want to be able to drive it to test events and back from test events, right? So that's kind of my thought process on it. Now at the moment, majority of the fabrication is done on the frame, so now we're going to move back onto the cab itself. Where we left off the last time talking about the cab was we ended up cutting out everything that we needed to for fitment wise, other than the tunnel. The tunnel we are going to go ahead and work on. I want to start with doing a little bit more cutting on the cab, and then go ahead and get the cab onto the truck again and then start making templates. So it's really a lot of back and forth, taking it off, putting it back on, taking it off, putting it back on, but that's kind of the name of the game, man. We kind of have to just deal with it. What I want to cut while it's actually off is going to be the cowl section here. The plan is to cut straight up here and straight across there just to start, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go in at an angle like this and then to another flat surface. I want to cut that section while it's not above the engine, so I don't have to worry about like climbing on the engine to cut it, etc. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into cutting that, and we'll move on. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
I mean, you know,
dude,
you putting that LS that you bought off Marketplace on this is what caused it to get all bent the way that it is. And then the fact that these tires are all ripped up and they won't take air is because the one time you decided to use it and you didn't put air in the tires.
I was moving it from here to there,
and you eliminated the possibility of putting air in the tires because you tore up the tubes. I get it, they go flat. I get it, it's a pain in the ass to put air in them. But if you had to put air in them that one time, we'd have the possibility of doing it this time also.
Womp womp. Be careful, Dad. I don't want you to break your leg. I know you're getting old and fragile.
You're probably fucking right, you piece of shit.
You old senile geezer.
No, I'm still sick, and I'm out here helping you instead of working on my video. I'm freaking behind. I didn't have a video up yesterday. Jessica's desperately trying to edit your footage in there right now, hopefully for today. She's on the same day.
It's not gonna happen.
And you are taking me away from tomorrow's video, which I'm trying desperately to get done. The sun's going down. Oh shit.
I'm holding my head where, yeah, I'm trying my best. You can see the curls on top of your head.
Oh, really good. Have faith.
If you guys haven't noticed, I'm kind of a negative Nancy. I try my best not to be.
You're a negative bitch.
I get it from my daddy. All right, guys. Yeah. I wanted so bad to be positive for you there for a second, but it just I couldn't even get the whole sentence out.
You gotta slide that under it.
There, get there.
I'm gonna ride you this.
Okay.
Voila!
Now we need to figure out
how to roll these flat ass tires all the way over there. And now I have to move my grill.
Oh my god, this is...
You see, I keep
This is why I'm a negative Nancy.
No, it's
and this is who I get
I
it
keep
from.
telling Braven that I need help. We gotta clean this damn yard. This yard needs to be cleaned up and organized once again. I would like
Dude,
to.
it needs it every weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, every weekend.
Yeah, I know. But it's like
restarts.
We need to organize it and get it to a point to where I have a place to put the grill. We don't have to constantly move it.
We would have a place to put the grill if we didn't have 16 freaking projects back here at once. Okay, I'm part of the problem.
Dude, now,
but I don't want to even hear it, dude.
Now you sound like the comments section.
Look, if your freaking lawn ornament... That's just funny. Sound just like the comments section.
You know what's funny? Is that truck right now is closer to being done than yours.
And fuck you.
It actually is. It has a cab on it at least.
That's what we're trying to do.
It's even bolted. It's got seats in it.
Oh my god. The razor seats. Oh man. Okay, Clip, let's just pretend like that was really easy. Because it wasn't. Let there be light, and it was good. Man, you can really see all the dust up on this freaking cab, man. It's all dirty and stuff. It's all gross and nasty, but it's okay. So basically, I ended up running all the bushings in between the bed, the cab, and the frame. I ran all the bushings, the little cab vibration bushing thingies. I gotta actually go through and tighten all those. But I want it to sit exactly how it's going to sit so that whenever I build the firewall, there's no like minor little extra gaps that I didn't take account for. Now I'm going to go through and figure out exactly the game plan for building a template. I'm pretty sure what I'll have to do is actually cut from like here at an angle forward. I want to keep as much as this side going up as possible so I have something to weld onto. But basically just cut there forward. So if the cap is slightly being perched up because it is 100% on the bell housing there, and that is the 4L80, so that's about the biggest transmission that's ever going to be in here, unless I go to 10 speed. But honestly, I doubt I'll ever do that. Maybe if I ever go to 10 speed, it's going to be whenever they have a lot more research and development done on those actual converters and transmissions themselves. There's not a lot done with them at the moment. There's not much you can do with them. There's no billet aftermarket parts available for them yet, etc. There's only upgrade parts for little internal stuff with the valve body, etc. Not much more than that has been done with them. So maybe one day we'll go 10 speed in here whenever I know for sure that there's an aftermarket support for them. At the moment, we are going to keep it 4-speed GM overdrive. You know how it is. Alright, so as of right now, we got the tunnel portion cut out, as you see here. So basically, my thought process on it all is going to be get everything fitting So now the cab no longer touches anywhere. Now I just have to brainstorm, because yes, I have taken your guys' everyone's consideration, including my dad's, that you know, the idea of you want to keep as much of the stock firewall as possible, which I get it. I mean, yeah, I want to keep as much of the stock firewall as possible as well, but the problem is I don't want it to be ugly. And it's like, let's say for instance this corner here, the mid plate definitely sits inside the cab more than the actual firewall itself. And then for clearance wise on the valve covers, like, they're not going to clear that great with this piece of material here. So what I'd have to do is like, I feel like I have to cut this section out. Now I'm going to bring it up to my dad as well, because he'll most likely tell me no, but at least if I at least cut there and go straight down, and then make the angle start there to go inwards towards the flat surface underneath the windshield, and then I'll be able to have the space behind here to still access those bolts. Now on this side is where it becomes difficult, because of the fact that the steering column went in here already. So I would want to do the same thing on both sides and get rid of all of that, which then would get rid of the extra holes in the firewall and stuff. But like you guys said, it's making more work for myself, but it's really not, because it seems like the only way to make it simple, because a piece of material will follow this curvature here, right? It'll follow the curvature and then go flush up, and it would just set it back, and then I'd be able to have a surface to weld to, and then I could go on the other side and then get rid of the additional material that's in there. Now I'm sorry, I'm just brainstorming really, so that's kind of the reason why I'm talking out loud, just to kind of hear myself say it, to see whether or not I change my mind or not. But I don't know, it's kind of set, like I'm not sure what to do. So I'm going to take some time and I'm going to brainstorm and just kind of think about it and figure out what exactly I'm going to do with it, guys. So huge shout out to you guys for watching so far. We're going to pick back up tomorrow whenever I get off of work, and tomorrow's Friday, so then I'll have the weekend. I need to get all the material to go ahead and do the firewall, just like a sheet, basically a sheet of steel. So yeah, well, let's get into it. Alright guys, it's currently the next day. It is nighttime again, as you can tell, but basically we are getting back to work on the tunnel and the firewall. What I want to do today is go ahead and get the rest of this material from the tunnel out, so I can start the tunnel. So I want to make the tunnel first, before make the tunnel, then make the side pieces, and then make the actual firewall section. So I'm trying to turn this into like 3 steps basically, so I could kind of simplify and make my life just a little bit easier. I did pick up some 24 gauge flat sheet of steel. I don't know if this is going to be enough. This might be enough, might not be. It's like 4 feet by 5 feet, so and it has some messed up edges. Bro, honestly, I paid 20 bucks for this sheet of metal, so I really don't care. It's really not that much. What I'll probably end up doing is I'm gonna try to at least get one section of it done. Right now, if I can at least get the tunnel done, that'd be section 1. Then 2 will be the side pieces, and then 3 will be the actual firewall section itself. The goal is to definitely get it all done today, but you know, we'll see how long it takes to see where it goes. Wait. The goal is not to get it done today. The goal is to get it done this weekend. My fault. But yeah, so right now it's currently Friday, so we have Saturday, Sunday to get it all done. Hopefully we get it done and also have time to do other things, right? Or if it was like that, just lift it up like that. Alright, so we finished cutting out the rest of the tunnel. The reason why we have to cut out the rest of the tunnel is when we lifted the engine and moved it back some, basically what happened is now the drive shaft, whenever the suspension is fully compressed in the back, it will hit the cab. The drive shaft itself will hit the cab. If you look at this original sheet of metal, that's where the drive shaft originally hit. So originally the drive shaft was already hitting, and I was gonna cut that piece of material out no matter what before. But now that we moved the engine, now we definitely have to move it. On stock ride height it was hitting, so now with this new combination it's gonna end up hitting for sure. So I found these pieces of steel on the side of the house. These were from like an old like baby gate or something like that. I'm gonna use these to actually cut up and create like a skeleton. Now this skeleton is going to be basically going to give me my rough draft. Now I'll cut it down and actually weld them together and actually get the correct shape all the way up to the back, and then I'll be able to form the tunnel out of cardboard or even tape with these sitting there, of course, and even have this here as well that I could use. This is probably going to take a pretty long time. I don't know whether or not I'll actually make any of that progress tonight. I think for tonight I'm going to go ahead and just clean up the rest of the material, get all the pieces out that I need to get out. Like on that side there, that dip that comes in is going to hit on the 4L80, so I think I'm going to end up cutting it out on that side, and I might cut it out on this side just to match it, just because this side kind of gets rid of some clearances. I want to make sure to be able to wrap my arm all the way around it, just for serviceability, of course, and stuff like that. But as you can see here in the back, this is where I cut the tunnel out. It'll end up being higher up. My goal is probably to have have it come up to like here, the new tunnel, so it'll be pretty high up the entire way through. So yeah, for the rest of the night I'm just gonna clean up, basically get everything buzzed down all the way to bare metal, and just kind of just get myself set up for success in the morning. So first thing in the morning I can start building the skeleton and stuff for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set up a tripod, clean up as much as I possibly can. I got to pick up some dry ice tomorrow, get rid of the sound deadening and also that dynamat over there. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up time lapse, and we'll get right into it. Alright guys, so it's the next day. I ended up getting the rest of the brackets and everything off of the cab, and also got it all down to bare metal. All the areas I'll be tacking onto, I mean, of course I'm gonna go back through and clean it up some more, but for now that should be good. I do have this material here and also the sound deadening over there that I need to get out and get rid of.
Just doing what you always do whenever I'm in there recording.
I closed the door. I'm gonna disown you guys. Whatever.
This is my broken washer.
Nice.
This is actually one of 2 broken washers I have.
Nice. And you paid for one.
I paid for this one too. A long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
The other one that I paid for and paid for delivery doesn't work. Yeah. I'll put all his information on the screen right here. You guys should message him and ask him why he sold me a broken washer, because he won't respond to my messages now because he blocked me.
That boy got. Alright, so I picked up some dry ice so I can get rid of the sound deadening inside the cab.
Was that the 2 blocks?
That's just one.
Oh. I was gonna say, yeah, if that's what you're calling 2 blocks, that's probably not enough.
I got 2 of that exact same size. Okay, now I can't see shit.
That's good. That's good.
I think it's snow.
It is snow. Turn it into snow. Yes, sir. Go and dump that shit on there. Get at it, Braven. Oh, I should have burned all that carpet all the way.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Any way of mixing it around.
Use your hands.
You're not supposed to touch it with your hands.
Yeah, I know. But it's just like fire. If you touch it fast, it doesn't do anything. Oh, look at the little sissy. You're one of those guys that like work on your car with rubber gloves on, aren't you?
What? I've never seen rubber gloves on my hands before once.
Okay, I'm done. Good lord. What are you doing down? Don't eat that, Toby. Bro. Where's Toby at? Get Toby out of here. Toby is the ice man. He freaking loves ice cubes. Yeah, put them inside. I don't want him to actually... Toby, is he going after one?
Yeah, he was.
See? Freaking little punk.
I have to give him some more charcoal.
Bro. Hey, public service announcement. If you guys don't know, do not give your dog grapes. Bro, I gave Toby like
a large quantity of grapes.
very large quantity of grapes, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna give him all the rest of the grapes.
And there was a lot of grapes.
Yeah, it was a lot of grapes.
A few vines.
Braven comes in, he's like, bro, you're not supposed to give dogs grapes. I just seen a reel on this the other day, and I'm like, what? So I Googled, watch, where's my phone at, babe? You know what, screw it, forget about it. You guys go ahead and Google it. Can dogs eat grapes? It popped up, you know how Google will talk to you? It says, no, grapes are extremely toxic for dogs and can lead to death. And I'm like, ah!
They went straight to the store and bought a bunch of those little charcoal tablets and
yeah,
took them all apart.
So charcoal will line the dog's stomach to protect it from absorbing the toxicity of the grapes. And then we also had to give him syringes full of hydrogen peroxide, which if your dog eats something they shouldn't have ate, as long as it's within the first like 10-15 minutes, I think it is, if you give them a bunch of hydrogen peroxide, their stomach hasn't processed it yet and they'll throw it up. So yeah, he threw up a bunch of grapes and we fed him a bunch of charcoal, but
threw up a bunch of times. Are you kidding?
yeah, he threw up a lot,
eat
dude.
the throw up. It was so funny.
Yeah, he threw up all over that couch we sold on Marketplace too.
Okay, so you're complaining about a fucking washer, but you don't go sell a throw up.
I cleaned the throw up and the couch still worked, you son of a bastard. Hold on, I'm not a bastard. I'm sipping a cup of tea behind the camera. Braven, were your parents married when they had you?
I don't know, you tell me.
Bastard. I'm kidding, Rughead.
Whatever, dude.
I still don't even know where you got that curly ass hair from, fool.
I don't know.
I think somebody owes, I think two somebodies owe me child support. Bro, I'm about to take possession of your mama's Integra out there for child support.
Crazy word.
I'll send her a message. Hey, I decided. I took it upon myself.
I don't know if it's gonna work for this stuff.
It will. You have to let it sit.
For how long? I'm running out of ice.
Yeah, honestly, I had like twice as much ice, but actually probably like 3 times as much ice. I had a lot of ice.
It's like $8 a brick.
Yeah, you just let it sit. And then you have to like hammer it.
I got a lot of freaking... It's a little flimsy right now.
Yeah, I know. You'll probably put some dents. It's not the best process, man. You know? But it works.
I need to do the other side now.
Yeah.
Cut the camera.
I don't want to cut it. It costs a lot of money. Oh, yeah. There you go there, buddy.
Where'd my little hammer go? Can you hand me that?
Here you go.
Good job, babe.
Yeah.
You are now one of the many people who has helped Braven build his truck.
What the fuck?
She handed you a hammer, sucker.
That's crazy. You know what? I think about that all the time.
What?
You know?
What do you think about?
This one's already cracked on.
What do you think about?
Well, so I don't ask for help. You know, people are like, oh, I built it.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Well, I asked you for help because you're obligated.
I'm obligated?
Other people.
Yes, I'm not that type of person.
That's gonna be a cool clip, Raymond.
Too far, babe. Coke.
If you can get that side to start breaking up before this side, then you can start transferring that ice over to here. And you don't even have to pick it up. You can just push it up over the top. Oh,
Yeah, fucking funny.
never
I almost chuckled.
mind. Never mind. You're looking like the 2JZ Civic up in here. You're gonna cover it with cardboard also?
Yeah, actually. Give me a few hours.
That actually passed tech at the track, so must be acceptable.
Must be. And then they gave me shit about my fucking tent.
I know.
They gave me shit about my tent on my window.
He gave me shit about my shut-off switch on my battery being plastic and not metal. But the 2J is sitting on the track with a motorcycle helmet and a cardboard freaking tunnel through the center of it. Dude, that track is bullshit. That was the last time we went to a track like that too. Actually, no it wasn't. We took to Colorado.
Yeah.
Twice.
Well, that's the day that I broke to Colorado.
Oh yeah. And
That's
the Colorado's been back since then though.
Yeah. Well, no, it hasn't been back since I put the 8.8.
Yeah.
Well,
You went to that no prep thing.
that was before that.
Was it?
Yeah. Alright guys, a little bit of time has passed. I've honestly just been locked in trying to get... Oh my god. Oh my god. My hair is absolutely ridiculous. I've been locked in basically just trying to get a good skeleton shape basically made up so I can start making the templates. I mean, the whole day is basically gone. I mean, it's 6 o'clock. It looks like it's, you know, it looks like it's nighttime, but for the most part, I really haven't gotten much done today, but it's okay. We're gonna, you know, it's just how time works. Time flies. But what I'm looking at right now is, I don't know whether or not to like it or to love it. You know, there's no in between and there's no less or more, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let me just show you guys. So the front here, I made the skeleton with the tubular arms the way I said I was going to. I ended up tacking them together and then running them and got the correct shape and fitment that I want. I want to make sure to be able to have a whole lot of fitment for my arms, etc. To reach back there to get those bolts loosened up. So that's the concept for the front. Now the back here that goes from the front to the side here, this is basically just allowing myself to have a little bit raised of a tunnel here. As you can see, that arm there is going to be a straight crossover, so that's how it's going to look inside the cab itself once it's made. It is going to be box shaped. It's not going to be rounded or anything like that. It's going to be like a boxy shape. The reason why I went with that design instead of the rounded shape is because I think going into like creating the interior and all that kind of stuff, I think it's going to look best that way. I could also bead roll the plate on the top to add extra strength and rigidity or whatever it is. That section here from this skeleton piece to that front piece is going to be one piece, and it's going to be one piece in itself because my brake isn't too long. So I'm just going to end up creating two separate sections, front and rear, for the tunnel. They will all be welded in and seam sealed in, etc., and all that kind of stuff, but at the moment I want to make it two separate pieces. Now for the back piece here, I ended up putting it up a lot taller than this section, so it will come down at an angle and then back up, which then will give it comfortability for my armrest or whatever it is that I want to do for building interior in the future. Now I also decided to go up higher here and cut out all that material so that if I ever do back half the truck, I don't have to mess with the interior or anything like that. And back halfing the truck and slamming the back lower, the drive shaft of course is going to go up higher. Now I will end up having to cut into the bed then, but whenever you back half a truck, you're gonna have to cut the bed anyways. So basically that's the least of my worries whenever that time does come. But I do plan on back halving the truck no matter what in the future, right? So I would rather only do this tunnel once instead of having to do it multiple times whenever I do change some stuff up in the future. So we are overshooting the tunnel back to the back, but like I said, would rather do it that way than multiple times. Now that I got the skeleton basically done, as you can tell, these pipes here that are right here, they are just temporary, so I can pull these out. Now what I want to do is I want to go through and actually make the sections from here to here and from here to here in cardboard, and once they're made in cardboard, I'll be able to actually use those templates and make them out of steel. Honestly, I'm hoping that this material here is enough to build the actual tunnel. I don't know if it'll be enough for the firewall, maybe enough for the little side sections of the firewall, but I wasn't I got that piece last minute on a Friday, and that's only 24 gauge that they had, so we just kind of just ran with it. Now let's go ahead and get into the process of making this out of cardboard. Should be a lot of fun. Alright guys, so this is going to be basically a really rough draft for the actual tunnel, back side of the tunnel of course. Now this is just following the shape of the floor basically, and the cut. I'm gonna end up wanting to have it go straight down inside here, so I could cover up this section on the outside. I'm gonna weld it from both sides, inside and out, and seam seal both sides. But the reason why I say that is because I want it to be a clean flush weld, and if I end up making the material exactly this shape, it's not gonna pass. It's not gonna pass this and overlap, which then wouldn't give me, it wouldn't sit right in my mind, it doing that. So this basically is gonna give me the shape, the exact shape that of the least amount of material I need. When it comes down to the back there, where this actually rests, I'm gonna end up wanting to add probably a good like 4 inches of material going back. I want to make it longer so that I can mark the the rear firewall, or the cab wall, whatever it's called, guys. But basically I want to be able to mark it and then cut that out, and then I want it to sit out longer on this side so then I could weld it and then cut off the excess. So that's my thought process and my game plan with that. But basically this is us going to be able to get a pretty much basic idea of what the shape is going to be. Now I'll probably end up being, this will probably end up being the shape, and then I'll just add like 3 inches of material going down, just a solid straight down. I'll end up making this a square piece of material, like 3 inches longer than the shortest spot here, so then I could go underneath and weld, and then go up right here and weld and everything like that. Honestly, I'm just doing a lot of talking, trying to explain exactly what my plan is, but I want to get basically the template all mocked up for just the tunnel tonight. That will give me a good starting point tomorrow to cut material, start bending, etc. My dad said he's going to end up coming out here tomorrow and giving me a hand on doing the tunnel, so I mean that should be pretty cool. So hopefully he has a little bit of extra ideas on top of what it is that I have planned, so it'll come out super clean. Yeah, let me get back into it. I need to finish up doing the other flap on the other side, and then I'll have to go onto the front side here. Yo, what's up guys? So it's the next day. We're going on day 3 of working on the Colorado's tunnel and firewall. Now, we're not gonna most likely get to the firewall in this video. We're most likely just gonna do the tunnel. The tunnel ended up being a lot more work than I expected, but that's okay. I'm just glad that it's coming out good so far. So yesterday we finished up the templates. We finished up the rear template and then the front template as well. I'm not sure whether I want to make this piece removable or not. Honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards not, but the way I made the template, I can do it either way. The reason being is because if I make it removable, whenever I go to mount the actual shifter itself, I want to actually make sure it's like a really sturdy spot, and just this thickness of material might not be sturdy enough to get rid of flex. I want to end up making this part unbolt. Even if I don't make it quick release removable, just make it to where it bolts in, so that if I do need to strengthen it, I can take it off, and then I could put like a 1/4 inch steel plate on the back side of where the shifter actually goes in, right? As well as like be able to access the top of the transmission without taking the whole thing apart. There's a lot of little things, you know what I mean? I need to take this all apart, take it out, and on each section here I added some notes for myself. I want to go down an extra 2 inches. I want to go back an extra 4 inches, and then same on that side. I want to leave myself notes because I do need some extra material on each direction, to give me some area to weld to, etc. This was just kind of more of like a rough fit kind of template. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Alright, tunnel's out. As you can see here, I did make these temporary block offs. I want to go ahead and weld these up separately on both sides for 2 reasons. One, making this a solid piece will be easier to have something to bolt that the actual front tunnel section to. And then secondly, the clearance of actually sliding the tunnel in like this, like the same way I did the back, it's just a little off. I don't want to add more material sticking inwards, because the transmission is already pretty tight in there. So I want to make those block offs first, weld those to it. Now we just got to remake this section here, and yeah, see how it goes. Oh my mama, I keep on blowing up. No, I'm just playing. It's all stuck in my head. All right, so the plan is to measure twice and bend once because I really don't have enough material as of right now to get away with any mistakes, right? Sheesh. So far so good, man. Well, there's no turning back now. No, it's fine. Alright, give me a few minutes. I'm gonna get this thing mocked up. Alright guys, so basically, yet again, a little bit of time has passed. I ended up getting all the everything mocked up. This is basically how it's gonna end up looking. I kind of have it at somewhat of a high point into like a midpoint and then back up high again. I didn't want it one length because it would look really weird. Now I do like the way that it came out. It looks really clean, and the rear end part of it is a little overkill. Yeah, we're not going to use that much. I do have to weld the whole thing in and seam seal everything as well. I will go ahead and say I'm not a chassis builder by any means. I'm not somebody that's, you know, does sheet metal fabricating at all. So this is all kind of just, I'm kind of just going with the flow, and that's the reason why the video is not really like a an instruction or what would you call it, like informative video of how to do this yourself. But that's kind of just because the fact that I'm going with the flow. I'll show you how I do it and how it comes out. But like I said, I'm not that guy. Now I feel like it came out super clean for never doing anything like this before. I will say once it is 100% in there, then it will be, you know, it will be solid. It will look good. My game plan is to go ahead and get all of this 100% attached inside the truck, and then I think I'm gonna make another template of here and go ahead and have this section be able to be removable. So what I'll have to do is basically cut out a little section and then create one that's exactly the same shape on top, but just a little bit different. So then I could have something to put the rib nuts in and then have a section that unbolts, right? So I think I'm still gonna do that, but that section there is gonna be 100% solid with the truck. I tried to follow along as much as possible and make sure everything was pretty squared away and solid. And honestly, I think I really like the way that it came out. But for tonight, it is Sunday. I got work tomorrow, so I'm gonna have some time tomorrow while I work to think about exactly my plan, what this is. I'm gonna have all week, of course. I do need to start doing the basically I can start doing the fabrication on the firewall and everything like that. You can kind of see the goal with the interior wise is going to be, I want it to be able to be used with this whole combination, but at the same time I want it to be nice, you know. So by the end of this I want it to have a full interior look, but also still be like a track car, race car. But more than anything, it is a street car. I do want to end up driving this thing on the street a lot, so I want it to have the amenities of a street car other than power steering, air conditioning, right? I think it'd be pretty cool once it's all done. And I'm pretty stoked on how it is that it's coming out so far. Some family came over, so we're gonna go ahead and we just barbecued some food. We got some tacos and stuff like that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and go eat. I'm starving. I just finished cleaning up and I want to go ahead and end the video. So I want to say a huge shout out to you guys for watching today's videos. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I've been looking at the comment section and everything like that, and I do want to say I do appreciate all the support and everything like that. You guys are dope. Freaking love I love every single one of you guys. I cannot wait for the truck to be done, just like you guys cannot wait for the truck to be done. All the racing videos that are gonna come out, that's kind of where I can't wait for, because I think that's the content that you guys, a lot of you guys want to see. But I know a lot of us do appreciate the actual time spent on putting the truck together, whether it is suspension, whether it's chassis, whether it's freaking sheet metal. I know you guys will enjoy watching it no matter what. So huge shout out to you guys for watching, and huge shout out to you guys for supporting. We definitely do appreciate it around here. So I want to say peace out, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.